Chelsea will be taking on Burnley this weekend, and then Liam Resenior today has given us his press conference to give us the latest update ahead of that particular game. Now, starting with injury news. According to Liam Resenior, there's no time frame for Marc Cucurella's comeback. He has suffered a hamstring injury, and it is really a shame not to have Marc Cucurella from now till God knows when. And then it's a shame, and actually, he's one of the best left back in the world to miss him. But we have Joral Hato and also Malagusu who can actually play as a cover or a backup for Marc Cucurella. He also talked about Reece James and then Cole Palmer experience. He said they are actually managing those players and they are looking after them day by day. But both of them have actually trained very well this week, and they will look forward to the game. Also, he was asked about the Premier League competitiveness, considering the fact that yesterday Wolves drew 2-2 against Arsenal, and he said yes. He said he don't think it is a complacency. He said yesterday Wolves actually played very well against Arsenal, and this is such a strong league. But what we have to focus right now is to focus on our own performance, on our own games, and prepare ourselves right. It doesn't matter if we are playing Wolves, if we are playing Leeds, if we are playing Burnley, but we have to always prepare ourselves very well. Now, he also talked about the vacation, the holidays that he gave the players. He said he looked at the schedule for the past 18 months and he thought it otherwise that this is the perfect time to give the players some opportunity to also go out and feel the sun. He said sometimes it is proper. The best way to rejuvenate yourself is to go out and switch off and then come back and try to start things all over again. He also talked about DELAP's lack of scoring goals. He said that's the first thing he looked out for from his strikers. So this is what he said about that. He said that's the first thing I look for in my strikers. People contributing to us winning games of football. All strikers want to score goals. That's why they play the game. But Liam defends from the front amazingly well. So does Jao. If you look at most players and their careers, it is usually the second season they take off. He's had some injuries. I'm really happy with Jao and Liam. Mark Gill has been very good, and that needs to continue for us to be successful. So that's what he said. Now, Reece James talked about John Terry. He said that he actually called John Terry to take some kind of advice, defensive advice from John Terry. Now, they asked him about that. He said 100% John is a legend of the club. With the experience he has got, it is an amazing thing for you to tap into. You can learn from anyone, but learning from people that have been there and done it, it is the best way. Now, this is where the explosiveness came. He actually was very explosive and very direct as far as the Vinicius Junior racism issue was asked. He said it is upsetting. There is context that needs to be had in terms of the situation. Any form of racism in society, let alone football, is unacceptable. I can't talk about an incident where there is an investigation ongoing. When you see Vinicius, that is upset. Usually, they are upset for a reason. I have been racially abused before myself. People need to understand when you are judged on something you should be proud of. It is the worst feeling. Now, they asked him about the Mourinho comment, considering the fact that Mourinho had a legacy at Chelsea. And he said, I don't think it is a manager to manage, to be honest. Again, it is context. Regardless of how a player celebrates, race should never come into it. I don't know the context of why Jose said what he said, so I won't make a judgment on it. If any player or any coach is ever found guilty of racism, they shouldn't be in the game. It is as simple as that. It was direct, explosive, and very, very emotional and critical on that particular issue when asked about. Let me know your actions on the comment section.